is something pretty remarkable.
This is my movie.
These are our stories.
I am Real Works.
Are you recording right now?
It ruined my life because I lost my mother.
We were really at the age where it was going to affect us the most.
Listen to my story.
This is my story.
Get inspired by us teens.
This is where I can tell my story. Where teens from New York are given a voice. This is Real Works.
Welcome to Real Works. I'm Byron. When a loved one is no longer around, how do we make sure they aren't forgotten? This week on Real Works, 2 stories of teens holding on to and honoring the memories of those closest to them. When Rashanna Paul's brother was sent to prison on Rikers Island for 3 years, she had to find a way to keep him in her life. While her family tried to keep him out of the conversation to make moving on easier, Rashanna simply could not forget about him. Missing Without You is first.
Well, today is Saturday night, and I'm about to get ready to go to bed, and I gotta wake up early tomorrow because I'm going to Rikers. I'm going to see Rob. I'm going to see Robert. Well, going to see him, it takes a lot, and Rikers is not an easy place to go. Get treated like an inmate, just go see him. It's kind of crazy, and that's what it takes to go see my brother. I don't like it, but hey, and I go see my brother at the end, and that's what it is. When you kind of picture it, when you looking at TV, and then when you looking at movies like, oh wow, jail, I would never picture that I would be going there. Never the day that I would ever think that I would be going to jail to go see someone. Hey, that's not gonna be me. But I never thought that I would be going to jail to visit someone that I love so much, and that loved one would be my brother. So me going to jail to visit him, going to Rikers to visit a loved one, it hurts. And that's the way it is.
Robert is in a bad situation because he will have to do maybe between 3 to 5 years, and that's a long time, especially when you have your children. That's a lot of years to be away from your children. He's being charged with possession and on having a gun charges. When he was born, he was such a pleasure baby, and he was always contented. Everybody loved Robert. Especially when he used to dance, and he used to be making people laugh. It's a whole lot of good memories with Robert.
He would take me to Coley Island, and we would do things. He would give me money. Anytime I had a good report card, he would give me $20. Every time I brought home an A or a war home, he would give me money, buy me sneakers and everything. He was just like my dad, because my dad's not really much around, so he was just my big brother and my father.
Robert ain't no good father figure?
Oh, Robert is a good father. He loved his son.
No.
Look at these 2. He'll do anything for his son. He wouldn't let his child suffer, but it's ironic how he won't want his child to suffer, but he made that mistake and let his mother suffer.
Anytime we do bring his name up and Robert's name come up in a conversation, it's like, man, just change the subject. No, we don't want to be upset.
You know, sometimes talking about this, it's not.
Well, it
doesn't make you feel good. It doesn't help me.
Yeah, well, it helped me.
It doesn't help me.
It helped me. It helped me a lot.
Part of my healing process, I have to try to forget, to go on, to move
so
on.
when you forget it and it's on film, and then you look back like, okay, I have forgotten it because I talked about it on film, and there might be people out there that's dealing with this situation or even worse.
Yes, a whole lot of people dealing with worse off than what I am. I'm glad to be I'm glad my son is alive. He's in jail, but he's alive. It could be worse. He could be dead somewhere.
Thank you.
So you never said anything to him about him being a young drug dealer or anything else?
I asked him if he's doing anything he's not supposed to be doing, he needs to stop.
So when you suspect that and you talked to him about it for the first time, how did it make you feel?
Hurt that he's doing something like that instead of getting a job, finishing school, doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Everything. Everybody wanted to get at him because he was getting money, so they wanted to probably watch us too, like, oh, they probably got a lot of money. But it wasn't like that. My mother still was working hard, trying to put food on the table, roof over our head, everything. But Robert chose that life, and he wanted to live that life. You never thought Robert would follow down the path that he did, right?
No, because if you have a mother going to work every day and try to do the best by you, you should try to do the same thing.
And giving him everything that he wanted.
Robert did not have everything that he wanted.
You're going to sit there and tell me he didn't have everything.
Robert did not have everything he wanted. Robert had things that he needed.
Things that he needed?
Yes. Maybe that's what made him sell drugs, because the things that he thinking that he could do more of put him down that path. If you think your child is going to die, you feel very bad because you're always thinking that your children will outlive you.
But Robert had to learn from his mistake on his own. That ain't had nothing to do with you.
But you have, but the chance of losing a child, you're not a mother, so you wouldn't know how will it feel to lose a child. I watched my mother lose a child, and it's not a nice picture.
He just had his son too in that August, so his son was 3 months at the time. His first son was 3 months at the time when he got shot. So we just like, wow, if he died, he still got something here to live with because his son is a junior. He's Robert Allen Jr.
We was talking about, you know, Robert, you got a second chance for a reason. You know, you should try to do or try to get a job to do good or whatever the case may be, but he don't listen. So, and when you don't listen, you have to pay.
Here are the letters that he sent me. I have like 4 of them so far. I save them and I read them every time I think about him. And this was the first letter he sent me when he was in jail. And this was August 17, 08. So it's the first letter he sent me. So what's poppin', little sis? I'm just getting your letter. I'm chilling. It's gonna be alright soon. And your big bro will be head back home being a big brother. Just like I usually do. You dig? Just make sure you watch over mommy. And try not to stress her out because I know I'm stressing her out enough. I like the way you thinking. And your idea sounds like a plan. Just for the record, your big bro ain't nothing like Rashanna. I'm way smarter. The only reason I got caught up in this is because of I hate the police and they caught me doing nothing. It's what my so-called friends said I did, so they're trying to label me the boss. But it's going to be alright soon. You know, I had a lot of people depending on me, and I don't feel bad for letting them down. Only ones I feel sorry for is you, little Rob, besides mommy. I feel like you are the only ones that I really care about, and not just using me for my money. I love y'all, and I love y'all a whole lot, and will do anything for y'all. As long as y'all good, I know I'm good. Don't waste so much time thinking about me. You know I'm a soldier. Like you said, I'm gonna be alright. Whenever you feel sad thinking about me, just remember how much I love you and smile, and I promise you everything is gonna be alright. Just make sure you take care of everything. You gotta take care of everything and do what you gotta do for yourself, me and mommy. P.S. Tell mommy I love her. I'm crying.
How did it feel going to see your brother today?
Well, it felt good because I went to go see him. I ain't seen him since New Year's, so it felt kind of good, and I'm happy. But I just don't like going to Rikers because when you go to Rikers, it make you feel like you're an inmate. You gotta do everything, his search, everything like that. But I just can't wait till he just come home, so we ain't gotta go to Rikers anymore. And I have to realize that what Robert done is not only is his decision that he did it and his choice, but at the end, my mother still have to do what she has to do. She still gotta work and she still has to be a mother, so she shouldn't let that affect her. And me, I still gotta go to school. I still have to do me. His girlfriend, his wife, she still gotta take care of the kids and do what she gotta do to take care of them kids. So at the end of the day, we all still gotta do what we gotta do.
Phillip, Devore, and his grandfather were very close, but when his grandfather passed, Phillip could not seem to shake feelings of guilt and regret about his death. If You Were in My Shoes is next.
Hello, my name is Tara Devore. I am the first daughter of Wilma Mullen, and I'm about to explain his early years to his life. Okay, now what would you like to know about my dad?
My name is Phillip Devore. I'm the grandson of Wilma Mullen, also his best friend.
My father used to take me everywhere to Manhattan, sightseeing, Statue of Liberty. My father checked my homework every day. And, you know, and he always talked to me about life. I think he raised me good.
Remember, he would do anything he could for you. That's one thing I said back. Anything he could do for people, he would do it.
He always said, if I work hard for anything, I'll get it. All I gotta do is just stay focused. He married Trudy Roselle. That was his first wife. That was the mother of my mother and my two uncles.
Went to Vegas every year, Puerto Rico. He went on cruises. You know, he enjoyed life to the fullest.
My grandmother separated with my grandfather in June 1979. By raising my mother on his own and working for New York City Transit, he met the love of his life.
My father was married to a woman named Christine Muriel. I think they got married in the year 2000.
They both worked for Transit for many years. They was very deeply in love. And one day, she passed away due to an illness she had.
She died on January 16th. I believe it was 2003. And at that time, my father became like a hermit. He became very lonely. You know, he started drinking more because he felt like, you know, he lost his soulmate.
I started going over there like, okay, maybe like once or twice a week, stuff like that. We'll just talk. He'll start teaching me things. The most important first lesson he always want to teach me is how to save money.
He's been working with Transit. And he worked there until he had an accident there. And that was the ruination of him.
My father was attacked on his job of July of 2001. He was in a booth and he had to leave the booth to take the tokens out. And at that time he was jumped and they took a brick, hit him upside the head.
They beat him up and shoved him, pushed him down the steps, broke his jawbone, broke his ribs. Never found out who did it.
And I'm like, for real? Like, who would do that to my grandpa? At first, knowing me, I was ready to take it to the street. I'm like, yo, we gotta hunt these dudes down. I gotta do something about this. But nobody was never identified. Nobody know who did it. It's still a mystery to this day. They beat him up real bad. I mean, they ended his career.
After that, I took over power of attorney of all his business. I went down to Transit and I filed for a regular service retirement.
He was all messed up. He had to drink out of a straw because they broke his jaw, so he had his mouth wired shut.
He had drink juices and all, and I think that's when he really started drinking really heavy.
He started eating less, and that's when he was getting sicker and sicker. A lot of times he was in the hospital. It wasn't due to the drinking, it was from the malnutrition.
It's like working in Transit was really all he had. All he had to keep his soul strong, his mind focused. His spirit was still alive when he was working. And ever since that day, it's like he was just ruined. His life just went down in a spiral. I made it my priority to go over there every day now. Now it's an everyday thing. It was a priority to me. I made my grandfather a part of my life. He taught me how to cook. This was the fun part. He used to teach me how to season meat his own way. He didn't believe in no adobo, all-purpose seasoning. He used to tell me to put the salt on it, pepper, cut up the peppers, the yellow peppers, green peppers, you know, put it on there, cut up the onions, a little accent, a little meat tenderizer, you know. It also came out tasting real good too. I say Grandpa, he was the best meat cooker ever, period.
My father paid him $25 a week. He had to go to the store, wash dishes, cook, and vacuum, clean up. He had a lot of responsibilities. And if he ever became laxed on it, my father became laxed on that money.
We used to have talks about him graduating. He'll always talk, say, yeah, I love to be there if I'm still alive. And I always confident, like, yeah, Grandpa, you gon' still be here. You gon' still be here, you know?
His appetite just left. His face got sucked in. Really looked like a skeleton. He weighed about only 80 pounds.
It was real bad. Soon he got too weak to even wash himself up. It was times me and my mother had to go to his house to clean him up. I noticed the number of his drinks used to go up because soon he got too weak to make his drinks. And he used to make me make the drinks for him. You know, he taught me he used to use the little 7-ounce cup, fill it up halfway, drink that Bacardi Dark straight, just like that. That's all he drank, Bacardi. People come over to visit and everything, they'll have their little drinks with him. Always kept that Bacardi Dark straight, downed it, then chased it with water. That was his thing. Soon he became like, it got hard for him to even swallow a drink. I used to see him drink, he used to just be struggling to swallow.
You know, I told him, Daddy, if you ever feel like you're gonna die, can you please tell me to take you to the hospital? Because I don't want Phillip to find you in the house dead. So one day he said, Tarv, I gotta go to the hospital.
It's like he knew something was gonna happen. That made me a little scared or whatnot. So we put him in the hospital that day. And then next morning, I got a phone call. It was Jamaica Hospital. And they told me, they said, are you the family of Wilma Mullen? I said, yes. And they said, he dead, just like that. And the whole time, it's like, I knew he knew something. And I felt like if he knew he was gonna go, why he never told me? Why he told me goodbye? Why he just left me like that? And then, on top of everything, I have guilt in my heart that, you know, I have something to do with it. Because all the drinks he made me make him, all the drinks I made him, I feel like if I didn't ever do it, probably my grandfather would be still alive. I'll still have a grandfather. He could have lived just that much longer. It's like, I don't know, what was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to stop making them drinks for you and then make you be unhappy? Maybe if he knew how I felt afterwards, maybe he would change his mind. Why didn't he do it for me? Why didn't he stop drinking for me? I know he wanted to be happy, but what about me?
That's the only regret my father said he had when he died, is to leaving Phillip, because Phillip was his #1 man.
You won't talk to him. You wanted him to be a man. I want you to be something. I don't want you to be no bum.
I feel a stronger man ever since then. At the end of my sophomore year, when he died in 05, he died January 25th, 05. It's like everything been happening my way in life, you know. As far as school, my grade point average shot up. Started doing good in football, started really getting noticed, you know. Teachers recommended me for this, joined the Young Men Leadership Program, you know. I became leader of the football team. That was my best friend, that was my homie, that was my heart. Like, Now, I just wonder what people do if they was in my shoes.
That's it for this week. Join us next time for more unfiltered voices of Brooklyn teens on Real Works with Byron Hurt.